Welcome back to St Mary's Church. Here we are on this beautiful sunny day as the rain is coming down, and this little video is just going to explain to you what you're likely to find when you return to church on your Sunday service throughout August. So here we are at the gate of the church with the tower, and as you arrive at the church tower, as you go through the arch, you will be met by a welcoming steward, and the steward will welcome you back to church and just remind you of the importance of using the hand gel on entry. You'll see there in the church porch our support for our essential key workers, and you'll also see a list of books that have been here through lockdown. People have been visiting our church porch for the last 4 months, exchanging books and helping themselves to books that have been left by other people. This has enabled people while the charity shops have been shut, just to have an opportunity to keep themselves occupied through lockdown. So you'll come through the church porch, you will see various notices reminding you of the importance of not entering the church building if you have any coronavirus symptoms. And as you come into church, the first thing you will see will be the hand gel. So please, as you arrive by the font, make sure you apply hand gel for at least 20 seconds before you move into the church. You will then see, for those who wish to place any collection, a collection plate just to your right. Now, it's very important if you are bringing anything to put in the collection plate that you don't actually touch the plate and you don't touch any of the offerings that may be there. So you'll have to drop your collection from a height, but the plate is there for those who wish to make use of it. And then, as you come into the church, everything will appear almost as normal. And you will notice, as you look around our church building, that there are service books already in the pews. These service books indicate where it is safe to sit, ensuring the 2-meter distance. Please don't move the books. Please don't move any closer to the aisle in the middle of our church than indicated by the books, because our church aisle is less than 2 meters wide, and therefore you may find yourself inadvertently sitting next to somebody and breaking social distancing. So if you keep to the seats that are allocated, then you will be safe as you return to church. So I'm going to go to the front of the nave so that we can turn around and you'll be able to see the notices that are in the church pews. So as we look back down through the church, you'll see that 2 out of every 3 aisle seats has a notice, and those notices indicate that you're not allowed to sit in those pews. So for example, here right at the front, it says the front row is blocked off, but that's no problem. Anglicans don't sit in the front row anyway. So, and then as you move to the next row, you will see that there's no notice. So this row is available for you to sit, and there are service books there in that row. Each pew, each row accommodates 1 household. So if you arrive with other family members from your household, you can sit in the same row. If you arrive individually, then you will occupy an entire row by yourself. But please don't sit next to somebody from a different household. You'll see that these notices are arranged on all of the pews right throughout the church. So that's what you're going to find when you return to church on Sunday. That's what you're going to find in order to help you to find a safe place to sit. As we move down towards the chancel and up to the altar, you may notice that there is a tripod just to the left. That is so that we can set up a video camera in order to stream our services for those who will be unable to attend. We have limited seating in our church, mainly because of the 2-meter social distancing rule. That means that sadly not everybody that would like to come back to church straight away will be able to do so for the first service. If you're unable to attend church, the service will be streamed and you will be able to watch it on Facebook Live, or at 1 p.m. on the Sunday, that service will be uploaded to YouTube, and you will be able to watch it on YouTube along with closed captions for anybody who is hard of hearing. So the tripod is there, ready to video and stream the service. I will be conducting the service from the Legilium, which is just to the side of the altar. And then obviously for the Eucharistic prayer, I will be standing behind the altar for the consecration prayers. When it comes to administering communion, we're going to invite you to remain in your seats, and I will bring the sacraments to you. That's because as you look down our church at the width of the aisle, there isn't enough width to allow people to pass safely without a 2-meter gap. So you're going to remain in your seats, and the sacrament will be brought and administered to you. If you're particularly anxious about social distancing and you don't wish me to approach within 2 meters of yourself, then as I come down the church to administer the sacrament, if you hold on to your service book, that will just remind me that you don't wish to receive the sacrament, and I will not invade your 2-meter space, but respect your social distancing and keep away. So if you would like to receive communion, then you simply remain in your pew and I will bring the sacrament to you. And if you prefer not to receive communion because I will have to come closer than 2 meters to you, then you simply hold on to your service book and I will know to move on to the next pew. At the end of the service, you will be invited by a steward who will be sitting just at this seat here near the lectern. And that steward will invite you then to make your way to the exit. And you will not exit the building by the same way that you came in. We have to have a safe route with a different entrance and exit, just as you do in supermarkets these days. So you'll come in through the door at the tower, you'll come down the church aisle here, and then you will exit through the Lady Chapel. So here we go through the Lady Chapel. And then you'll turn and make your way through the choir vestry without touching any of the items that are in the choir vestry. And the door will already be open for you. So you will exit out through the choir vestry and out into the church grounds at the end of the service. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of just how the service is going to operate when you return to church. I'm now at the exit and it's raining on me, so I'm going to say goodbye, and I look forward to welcoming you back into St Mary's Church as soon as we are able to do so. If you would like to return to church and join us for worship, Jeff Foot's telephone number will be advertised on our newsletter, it will be advertised on our Facebook page, it will be advertised on posters outside the church, and you will have to telephone Jeff and book your place to come to church. I know that sounds rather bizarre, but as we have only a limited number of seats and we will not be able to accommodate everybody for every service, you are going to have to book your place in order to come to church. So you telephone Jeff and tell him how many from your household wish to attend, and he will then let us know how many seats are needed for the Sunday. So that's how we're going to operate. And if, when you telephone Jeff, you discover that all of the seats are booked for that Sunday, then you will be given priority for the next service that's available afterwards. So I ask you for your patience. I invite you to return to church, understanding just how safe we have made everything for you, and I look forward to welcoming you back into God's house as soon as you are able to do so. God bless you all, and I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye.